So I want to show what the people are what we're talking about, and just so they get an idea that this game is it's not revolutionary in terms of great graphics. It's like The Last of Us or anything. No, this is just back to simple gaming, having fun. But the character, I'm like, yo, I need to see these characters in some stuff. They just look cool. And so here's the cinematic release trailer of Panic Gym Odyssey.
To the sun, another day we will see, another battle's won, each step is only one step closer to our destiny. Got to make a way for us to save the day, no matter the obstacles we may face. True panic is not an option, whatever the problem we will face them till break of day. This chance with me, we don't know where it will take us. Can't go back to the beginning, the timer is ticking. We got to move. The storm we may not weather, the pressure is on now, but no matter how tough things may be, we will make things better. As long as we're together, nothing can stop us on this Odyssey.
Nice.
First off, that song was giving me 90s vibes.
Hey, it was funky. It was a good amount of funk.
Like 90s dance vibes, like CC Music Factory and all.
Yeah,
like,
that's the inspiration of that's pretty much originally what the entire game soundtrack was going to be. Eventually, every other the music composers, they all just started giving me kind of house in general. And they all did their thing. They all just went crazy on that. So with that trailer, it was done by animator JG, who also did all of the character art, because I came up with the characters, but I'm not an artist. So he drew that. He came up with the trailer, and then a lot of people may know him as DJ Maxi the Man, or Michael Staple. He actually created the song and wrote the lyrics. And I got Toasty Marshmallow to actually sing on the track.
Oh, that was
that's who that was.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, she's on tour right now.
She does have a beautiful voice.
Yeah, I've seen her perform live, man. Toasty's great.
Yeah,
man, look at that small world. It's like Shoko. Any questions?
Well, I will say that the first time I met you actually was at ACC. You was at Atlantic Comic Con.
I was.
Yes, and I played your game there.
Yep.
With Navy. Well, Navy didn't play, but Navy was like standing right behind me, and I was like, I'm not good at Tetris. You were like, just give it a try, and I was like, okay. I'll give it a try. And, it was pleasantly not as bad as Tetris, because I'm not good at I can't
Tetris that have you anxious.
I don't know how. I have sat and watched Tetris competitions and been like, I don't know how you're doing this. Okay. So I remember telling you like, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. And I was like, okay, you know what? This wasn't as hard as Tetris. So like, if you like you mentioned Candy Crush and stuff like that, like it is like, I can definitely see the composition of multiple games in it, but it's also just like, it's not as hard as some of these other games like Tetris or anything like, and I do like that because yeah, if it was really just Tetris light, I would have been like, yeah, nah, I can't do it. But
It's just
um,
like
yeah, it's a decent game. I really do enjoy like the composition of all the different elements of it, because I think that's what makes the gameplay um feasible for like the regular like mobile gamer. Like you said, you are definitely branching out into like Steam, which I love as a PC person. But like for mobile games, like I don't play any of the same type of games that I play on mobile that I play on PC. And I know some people do, like Call of Duty. They will play it on their phone, even Fortnite, all these different things. They'll play on their phone. I'm not playing none of that on mobile. So these are the types of games that I do play on mobile. So I definitely like that it's just a gentle mobile game. You've got like Chris said, like the cool characters, and you're not what's the word I'm trying to say? Bear with me. You're not lying to us.
right.
Okay. Like all these
Yeah.
other mobile games. You know how
Mhm.
many times I have to delete an app because I'm like, I'm not doing this. Like
Yeah.
this is not the game I signed up for. So I appreciate that from a mobile game perspective. I guess my question would be, are you like for your outside of mobile game desires, um and I, because you mentioned a lot of different genres with the beat 'em ups and all that kind of stuff, what is like your favorite, like what's your favorite genre of game? And are you building something within that genre of game? And if so, like if you can tell us a little bit more about that, I'd be interested.
Fighting games.
Okay.
I like that you can be competitive, you can have a good story. Um, just fighting. I just love fighting games. I love watching people who are just really good at the game fight somebody else who's really good at the game, and it's almost like a chess match without turns. They're just
Mhm.
constantly going back and forth. Um, so I'm not making a fighting game because fighting games are, number one, they're very expensive and they're very time very time intensive. So I'm not making one yet, but I do have ideas for quite a few. I actually want to work with some big streamers at some point with some of their characters and make some type of crossover fighting game with them. Um,
Oh,
yeah, but that'll be down the line. Maybe I can talk about it at DreamCon, but we'll see.
It's
okay.
definitely
You gonna be at
Yeah.
DreamCon?
Yeah,
That's
I'll be at DreamCon.
nice.
Okay, so we'll see you again.
Yeah,
a
we'll see each other.
it's definitely a time passer to play it because I find
Not gonna
I
hold you. I'm
found
trying to play this hoe right now.
No, because the way the way you're looking down right now, Brad.
It's not. I promise I'm not being disrespectful. I'm trying to figure this
it's
thing out.
definitely a time passer because I've been at work where I'm just like, and and when I text you, I'm like, yo, this is cool. I like this, because it's just we've seen some other games and they say, oh, there's this, and then I'm like, nah, I just want
This
to
ain't the game
play.
I signed up for.
Yeah,
No,
right.
so many these days is like
Yeah.
that.
I actually make fun of that in one of the ads I have. I just quickly throw out some of the features, and one of the things I say is actually the game in the ad, and I just leave it at that because that is
Because it should
very
be a
annoying.
crime. It should be a
Yes,
crime.
It should be.
Like I'm trying to pass the time, and you're making me watch ads. I don't.
Like,
Not only that, but it's just like you told me I was gonna be doing puzzles, and now you got me running through story and all this stuff. It's like I
Mhm.
can't even get to a puzzle unless I do this random thing on
Mhm.
level 35. Like what? Like this is crazy. Like now I gotta delete the app because I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
So as you see, as some of the people who watch at home there, I showed some of the gameplay, and just to show you, just like it's completely different from Tetris because like you can actually adjust things and
Mhm.
slide your rows left to right, so everything matches up and
shit.
it's in
God
there.
damn it.
I'm crying.
And you know,
I
Danny
remember
Mandalore
lasting
figured it out.
much longer than I thought I would. So like it's really fun. And I think like you mentioned Candy Crush, I think it's probably it's like it has the other aspects, but definitely I think it is like with the gyms and everything and the moving of like goodness, that's horizontal. Yeah, moving horizontally the gyms and everything. Like I think that's a cool aspect to it that you don't get in Candy Crush or any of the derivatives, because Candy Crush isn't even the first one, but that's one of the
Nah.
most popular ones, right? That um has stood the test of time. But yeah, I think this is a cool like
Yet.
combination of mobile type games that still has its own difference.
Yeah. Yeah. I was really just trying to, in the beginning, flip Tetris upside down.
Mhm.
Which from a design side of things, you would actually think that would be easy, but no, in the very beginning, there was a lot of things because I was coming up with problems that, Tetris and Puyo Puyo was a game that influenced me too. Um, you know, these games had already figured out, but for mine, when you're moving things around, like in Tetris, when you move a piece, once you put that piece down,
Right.
you don't have to really worry about anything shifting around. But for me, you're always shifting rows and stuff is always falling. So there would be times I'm moving stuff around and it would fall at the same time you shift it. So now you get two gems in one spot and you're just like, okay. So I had to come up with all these mechanical solutions to things. Um, so that was kind of the interesting part of it. But yeah, that was really the idea. Just take it and flip it on its head. And it's funny because everybody says it's not as hard as you think it is. I'm like, yeah, there are modes though. If you
Yes.
Hey,
look at
I'm gonna
that.
let you know right now. This whole little bit a little hard.
it's just not
A
as
little
hard
hard.
as it's just not as hard as so yeah, some of these
It's
it's like
good.
I can't even have fun if I have to do too much. Like,
Right.
so that's what I'm saying. Like it's just not hard where I'm so frustrated that I have to turn off my phone.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, it's not that hard. It's not frustrating. Like it's a good decency of like difficulty.
Is it me? Am I the drama?
I'm crying. Now she said, "Wait, am
Wait a
I?"
minute. You speak for yourself.
Tafari, you got a question?
Yeah, so you had another game with you at when you because
Oh
you
god.
reached out to me at BlerdCon when I was passing by the table. You
yeah,
had another project there, right?
yeah. That was Buzzkill Zero. So that was the arcade shooter. That's the one I'm looking to have on Steam.
Okay, so both of those, I'm not a scrub, so I tried to play on like the hardest difficulty, and I tried to I held my own for a good 30 seconds on both.
Not
Um,
30 seconds is
because
crazy.
I was just like, oh, I get the concept from the demo. I got this, and like, you know what? An attempt was made. So
Yeah,
So
no,
wait,
no.
it's
Buzzkill Zero is a different beast when it comes down to difficulty. That's not like Panic Gym. Especially on the hardest difficulties, I'm throwing everything at you. Um, so the way the difficulty works in Buzzkill Zero, you have level one, that's the easiest, level two, level three, and then level 999. That's the hardest.
Oh
All
Jesus.
right.
just skip right past it.
Like
Just
why?
Safari decides
What
I'm
did
just
we
gonna
do?
jump to level 999 first try.
ego.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Um, I'm throwing everything at you. So, it starts out like Galaga, right? And you have
Mm.
the enemy patterns and the other difficulties, they just fire more. But at level 999, I have all of them fire at you at the same time while shooting their regular patterns.
Oh, you're just
So,
mean.
yeah, yeah.
that's what
Oh,
like I can handle. It's like, oh,
oh,
they're gonna shoot, and
okay.
I'm like, oh, they're gonna move and shoot and hit all kinds of different routes and angles.
That's
That's where I was like,
crazy.
all right,
Yeah,
there go my lives.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
So
There
just
go my lives. A
every way I could make it difficult, I was just no holds bar. I mean, it's beatable, you know. Good luck.
by somebody, the hardcore Galaga
Yeah.
people.
So this is the old version of the game right here. Um, I know it looks a little different because you don't see as many bullets. So Tafari, that's what you could have got to. Uh, yeah, but this is an old version of the game.
So let's talk about for Panic Gym Odyssey with your cinematic trailer, and I'm looking at your characters. The idea behind it, I'm seeing kids comic or show, or that animation is pretty nice. Like it's just simple, straight to the point, not overcomplicated. What's the storyline for it?
So the storyline, I'll give you the cliff notes. So about several thousand years ago, you had humanity. They were exploring the entire known universe. Top dog, they had a whole empire with different planets, and they had a capital planet called Planet Paradise. So the reason why they were able to do this is because they had come up with this revolutionary technology that they use inside of the gems. Another alien race came about, got jealous, said, "We're going to attack Planet Paradise." Um, her, the king and the queen that you see, they were actually the king and queen during that invasion. The king decides, okay, you know what? I can defend Planet Paradise. We'll be okay. I'm going to send my queen and some of the other people to Earth. They could go there, and then once I get rid of the issue, the problem here, I'll come get you guys. We'll come back to Planet Paradise. So she leaves. The people come to settle Earth. They're waiting on him. He never comes. They all die. Um, generations go on and go on and go on. As time has gone on, the storyline of Planet Paradise and coming to Earth and everything has kind of become like a legend. So now you get to the current times. You have the main villain Ganda, and he has like a corporation that loans money out to different countries, and he loans so much money out to the countries that they can't pay him back. So then he says, "You will just serve my company as like a vassal." So he basically enslaves other countries through debt.
It's very Doom-like of him.
Yes, it's also pretty realistic, but um, so he does this to every single country except for one, and this one country actually has recorded every single person who's a descendant of Tiana Cara, that's the queen that came, from her all the way down to Paris, who is the girl with the Afro puffs. So she's a direct descendant of her. Ganda tries to make a deal with them. Hey, join my corporation or else. That's basically the deal. Join or else. They say, no, we're not doing it. We have a history here. We have a culture. We're not going to get rid of this and join your corporation. He says, okay, no problem. He rolls in, blows the place up. They hide Paris in order to try to preserve the lineage. And she's 6 years old at the time. So several weeks pass. She's just hitting. Nobody. So she comes out. The place is blown up. She can't find anybody. So she's rolling through the forest for 6 months by herself.
At 6 years old?
At 6 years old.
It's crazy.
Jesus.
Meanwhile, as part of Ganda's actual corporation, there's like a lower class, which is most people, and then there's kind of like an upper class. So Max is about 8 at that time, and he is actually part of the upper class, right? Now they have a law; they're not allowed to go play in the forest, but Max is kind of rambunctious. If you play the game, Max is kind of silly, so he does whatever he wants. So he goes out, plays in the forest, finds Paris, takes her to her parents. Hey, I found this girl.
Oh.
She starts trying to tell them about her country. They don't know the type of stuff Ganda does, so they think she's crazy, but they like her. So they actually adopt her, and her and Max, they're adopted brother and sister. So by the time you actually get to the game now, she's 13 and he's 15. So what's ended up happening is Ganda's now like, wait a minute, I know this girl. She was part of that. I got to get her. So now she decides to run. Max is like, nope, if you leave, I'm leaving with you. So they go out together. As they're leaving, I forgot to mention something. I got to go back now. So way back with Tiana Cara, they actually had some gems that they brought with them from Planet Paradise, right? While they were here on Earth, a small group of the aliens that invaded Planet Paradise found them on Earth. They went to battle. They managed to defend Earth. So what she said was, we can't use these things to live like we were doing before. If they come back, and they're going to come back and fight us again, we have to be prepared. So she goes and hides them in different places. So coming back to present day, Paris was taught about them being hidden. She doesn't know exactly where they're hidden. So once you get to today and they're running, go figure, Max being Max rambunctious, he happens to find some. So she's like, oh, I never thought I'd see these. But if we use these, we could probably overthrow Ganda. So, well, that's actually Max's idea, but you get the point. So the whole idea is they're now going through, because now Ganda realizes that these things are real, and he actually wants to use them too, more so to stop them from being able to use them against him. So now it's kind of a race where you have these two children who are going around trying to get these gems, before this whole big empire does so. So I want to actually eventually tell the story in either the form of another game or an anime or something. But I got to build up to that point.
I could see that as anime.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah, it could work.
It could definitely work, especially with we're living in an age right now. We're in a certain era right now where we thriving. We eating very, very well. We south of midnight centers, we're getting some nice gems, no pun intended. Sending our way. So we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back. Caleb, can you stick around while we talk about some more nerdy stuff?
Sure.
All right. So we will be back with our guest, Caleb. We'll be talking about some nerdy news that's been coming down the pipe, and we'll be right back. And enjoy the indie primetime initiative crew that we are now a part of.